Jim Jefferies.
Hello.
Take a seat. We're talking about our President Buchanan, who apparently might have been gay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on this. Ant goes, will we ever have a gay president? I said, there's rumors that we already had one, and his name is James Buchanan.
Of course, you'll have a gay one eventually.
Eventually,
But I'm saying
Hillary
we might
will
have.
get in, right?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot. Yeah, you know what? It's funny, but I think we'd have a lesbian president before we have a gay man president.
And openly gay.
Yeah, you have a lesbian.
Flamboyant.
Well, Buchanan lived with an ex-vice president, and who was called Nancy?
The vice president that he lived with, the former vice president that he lived with.
Yeah, the guy he lived with. As he was president, was he living with this guy?
Before he was president.
Oh.
William Rufus King.
He had to toss him to the curb before he went to fucking 1600s.
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's gay.
Yeah.
And they called him Nancy. Not James
Miss
Buchanan.
Nancy.
Miss Nancy. Oh,
So-
you mean Miss Nancy over there?
Right.
And weren't there letters that popped up or something?
Yeah.
The
There were
Cheever letters.
There was a song.
Found him in the burnt out cabin.
2 C's with a fucking O and a K.
And now people are trying to back up E-Rock. There are rumors that Lincoln was gay. And then this guy writes, pull up Pierce. He looked gay.
See, this is
gay, look, the gay face, the gay
This is the thing with Lincoln is that they have like we all just fucking wank over Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he can't do anything wrong. But they go, that's the best depiction of Lincoln ever. Fucking who knows that?
Yeah, no one knows for sure.
He's doing the depiction of the guy at the fucking Gettysburg Museum who does the animatronic.
Right, in the Hall of Presidents.
7 years ago.
A machine did it at Disney years before Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's doing that cunt, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know. In the same way, we don't know what dinosaurs sound like.
Yeah.
Right.
We just assume because they're big fucking lizards,
Right.
they go
Yeah.
rah, but we don't know.
They probably didn't even make a sound.
They might sound like sheep.
Oh, yeah.
Cats. Yeah, exactly. That might have been their fucking sound.
That would look silly.
And for all intents and purposes, Lincoln we just think sounds like that because he was old looking with a shitty beard.
Yeah.
And he might have sounded like Andy Dick or anything.
Well, he had a high voice, right?
Sound like a poofta.
They finally figured out his voice was a little higher than we thought. So
Yeah.
A lot of people pissed off at E-Rock. We got to go to Bonnie in D.C. really fast. Bonnie, go ahead.
Hey, I just want E-Rock to defend himself because everybody knows Lincoln was gay. I just watched a History Channel program reading letters that he wrote about how he'd always loved this other dude.
Oh, they spoke differently in their letters back then.
Right? Yeah.
Ah, my dearest Bartholomew, your ass cheeks are lovely this time of year.
I miss the smell of your taint. I misinterpret that.
Your balls on a warm summer day.
Anyone who can fuck Sally Field for that long.
Where are these letters, Bonnie? Where are these letters?
Yeah, what letters?
I'm telling you, I watched a History Channel program. It wasn't even 2 weeks ago, and they were reading the letters out loud, and they said...
All right, let's find the letters.
I fear my orgasms have left me a cripple.
The History Channel has the Bible now as history.
Yeah.
They're letting anything through the History Channel. They're fucking, like, porn dealers and storage wars. The History Channel's really dropped the ball.
I know, right?
They used to all be Hitler.
Just
They
Hitler.
used to be able to
They ran
turn
out of
and
Hitler
go,
stuff.
The
though,
Hitler
finally.
Channel.
And
Yeah,
then they just went, fuck Hitler.
Yeah.
Let's go for warehouses with stuff and a guy bidding on it.
I like the old days. Hitler and his Nazi menace sweeping across Europe.
They show him like tussling the hair of a young German boy.
Yes. And now it's fucking, how much can we rip you off for a fucking baseball card that's worth $20,000?
Yes. E-Rock, you going to defend yourself or
But
what?
the baseball card's old, so that's why it's history.
Right.
But the Bible thing is, I started watching the Bible on the plane coming over here.
Yeah.
Because I thought comedy purposes. Right?
Sure.
I want the Bible to start with like just black, and then like.
Oh, you want the whole
And then
fucking...
I want a finger. It fucking leaps forward to Noah's Ark in the first episode.
It did, huh?
And Noah just telling his family about the beginning.
Oh,
really?
It's like Noah sitting on the boat going, and then he made the animals, and then he made some light, and here we are.
Oh.
So there's a lot of hearsay.
Yeah.
By this Noah guy.
Second, third party fucking testimony.
And it gets onto the History Channel.
And this one begat that one, and that one begat that one, and begot.
They always leave out those movies, because I grew up watching Cecil B. DeMille movies.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all that type of
epics.
stuff. But they always leave out it's like Abraham, the guy who went to the top of the mountain and God said, you got to kill your son, and then God was like, kidding. You know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but because you're going to kill your son, you're all right by me. And he's like, oh, God, cut it out. You're killing me. Why would you do that? I was about to kill him. You fucking crazy bastard. Right?
But he's like, you were going to do it, weren't you?
Yeah, because I really love you. I really, really love you. I was going to kill my son with no fucking issue.
Yeah.
And then the next bit of the Bible is, and then Abraham went home and fucked his sister. And that bit's just never depicted in the movies, where he had a celebratory fuck of his sister.
Wow.
Where he went, oh, fuck my sister.
It's like, I don't have to kill my kid. I'm going to fuck my sister.
It's a natural response.
Right. It's, anybody would do that. Wow, I never realized that.
Well, we got two things.
I might have made that up.
Well, we got two things.
Sure I read that.
We got two things going on, though.
Oh, okay.
Everyone wants to talk about Lincoln. They said he shared a bed with a young boy soldier for years.
Oh, boy toy.
Do you have any info yet, Sam?
Yeah.
Because Iraq's not defending himself.
In 19th century America, people need to understand that men commonly bunked with other men.
In the same bed?
Well, for example, when lawyers and judges traveled the circuit with Lincoln, the lawyers often slept 2 in a bed and 8 in a room.
Right.
Don't judge.
No, don't judge.
William H. Herndon recalled...
Why? Why wouldn't you just take the floor at that point?
Well,
was it that cold back then?
Please, freezing cold, and then the rats on the floor.
Yeah.
You got to sleep with another man, and you got to put your dick in his ass, too, to keep it warm.
Just to fucking forget the fact you're being eeten by bed bugs.
Exactly.
If you're getting your ass fucked, you're going, ow, ow, and you forget that you're being chewed alive.
They just freed the slaves for the extra space. It wasn't anything. They didn't like black people. It was just that they were taking up too much space in the bed.
But who was the first guy who went, all right, this is fucked up. I'm not sleeping with a dude anymore.
His name would have been Gary. I don't know why.
What else, Sam?
Well, a tabulation of historical sources shows
horses.
Lincoln slept in the same bed as at least 11 boys and men during his youth and adulthood. There are no known instances in which Lincoln tried to suppress knowledge or discussion of such arrangements.
And we vilify Michael Jackson. He didn't do nothing. He was just Lincoln-esque.
Oh, Lincoln, fucking Jesus Christ.
Lincoln met Joshua Fry's Speed. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yes.
In 1837, they lived together for 4 years.
Roomies.
During which time they occupied the same bed during the night.
They were the Bert and Ernie of the Civil War.
Yes. I think it's just
4 years sharing a bed with another dude?
they're roommates.
Yeah, sure, in the same bed, no.
Lincoln's big feet.
Yeah.
Just fucking getting all tangled with the other guys.
He wore a size 17 shoe. The other guy would worship his feet.
Oh, God.
Because Lincoln had to sleep sideways because he was so fucking tall. So that doesn't give a lot of room for the other dude.
Well,
that
you know what you
doesn't
do
seem
with
convenient
you
at
know
all.
what you do with your girl? You kind of play footsie under the covers with her, and maybe you did that with Lincoln.
With Lincoln's big hairy foot.
Yeah.
You know he had a big hairy foot.
Lincoln playing what's under the stovepipe hat on his lap. Is it hard? Is it soft? What is it?
He would cut the top out of it like you do with a chick with a popcorn bucket in the movie.
In the movies.
And his roommate would reach in and just tug his cock.
Has anyone officially...
Can I enter your log cabin?
Yeah, give him a fucking extra log.
You think anyone has done the popcorn trick for real?
I
Yes.
doubt it.
What's the popcorn
I've fallen
trick?
for it. It's when you cut the hole in the bottom of the popcorn so when a girl reaches in, she grabs your cock.
Oh, yes.
Put your
yes,
dick
Do you
through
think
it.
people actually did that?
Yeah.
Someone
I
had to.
think someone's done it, but it's the difficulty of keeping the erection. Because me with a flaccid cock, I wouldn't even penetrate the fucking popcorn
I think
box.
you'd have to pull your balls and dick through it.
Yeah,
Like really get it in there, like good presentation.
It's the going in, sitting down, getting yourself worked up so you got a stiffy.
Yeah.
Right? And then like she mightn't get to the end of the popcorn for a few minutes. And if you're watching a sci-fi movie, very difficult to keep the erection that long. That's what's so impressive about that trick.
That is pretty, you bring up a good point. But you got to think, all that fucking greasy butter, that could feel pretty good.
I don't know if butter and salt are what...
Oh, the salt might sting.
Yeah.
Through the...
And the kernels, the little pieces of kernels that got stuck. Imagine one of those in your cock hole.
Yeah.
It would be fucking very unpleasant.
It really doesn't sound like it works very well.
No.
Lincoln,
I'd rather just grab her, reach over and grab her tit.
Yeah, give her some juju beads. Smelled the right way.
What's wrong with old school rape? Why do you have to dress it up?
You don't have to make it a trick. Yeah, that's silly.
Sam, more?
Yeah, Lincoln's bodyguard and companion, Captain David Derrickson, between September
Played by Sally Field in the movie.
and April 1863.
Yeah.
The two of them would share a bed when Lincoln's wife was gone.
Sharing too many beds.
It's a warmth issue. It's very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I took a friend of mine on the road with me for the last few gigs I did, and we shared a hotel room. If you haven't done it in a while, like with the two beds, delightful.
Really?
you wake up. You know how you wake up next to a woman and it's that. How's the day going? Am
I in trouble?
The first thing you ask a woman is how are you? Is everything okay? Are we going to have a good time today? Is today a good day, or is today shit? Am I in trouble today? Have I slept weird? Have you had a nightmare of me cheating on you? Because if you've had a nightmare of me cheating on you, then we're having a shitty fucking day.
She's going to treat you like you did cheat on her.
Yeah, where you wake up next to a friend, it's like, we got fucked up last night.
Now it's, war stories.
And you have little stories, and then you go back to sleep, and then you fart and you giggle at each other. It's fucking delightful waking up next to a friend.
Delightful.
Wow. So you put your opener in the bed? I mean, they're the same room? Oh, I'd never do that.
It was my very best friend was coming out to stay, and we shared a room for like 5 nights. And ordinarily, I'd never done it. And now I'm thinking of doing it with everyone.
Right.
Because I had such a good time.
Sharing the toilet, though? But you gotta smell his dump when you walk in? Oh, it would drive me fucking nuts.
Well, that shit would drive you nuts, Jimmy.
Oh, I would literally, even if it was my best friend, and the only option was share a room or sleep on the roof in the cold, I'd put him on the roof.
That was the thing, like, with baseball players and any sporting players, up until about 10 years ago, they always shared.
Yeah.
It was always, you always saw that, and he shares a room with such.
They always talk
Yeah.
about their roommate, yeah.
Yeah. And now they don't do it, but it used to be with all sports, about 10 years ago, they all shared a room.
That's weird, huh?
I was watching that Ken Burns baseball documentary.
Yawn.
But I tell you what, you fucking know everything at the end of the thing. It's 14 hours of.
No, why? Because you're panicking, thinking you're going to be quizzed on
He
it.
can fucking put together a documentary, can he?
The bit that they play it like emotional, they play "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" really slowly on the piano. And if it wasn't for the color of his skin, he would have been the greatest player that ever lived. Din, 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 din,
Yes.
din, 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 din.
Oh, shit.
And Ty Cobb had a drinking problem and used to say the N-word a lot. Din, 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 din.
God damn. Yeah, Ken Burns is good with putting that fucking music in, because the Civil War documentary, he did that where it was like a lone fiddle playing.
Right.
You know, and it was the most American lives that were ever lost in a battle. It's all sad.
And it's a slow zoom out.
Oh, yeah,
It shows
yeah.
one soldier, but by the end of it, my God, I feel the dead soldiers.
It'll play
Yes.
America the Beautiful very easily.
Yeah.
We lost more people in that war than we lost in any other war.
Oh, let's see. Here's what you hear. And 18,000 people were killed.
I thought he only did baseball documentaries.
No, that fucking Civil War
It's
one.
all over the place now.
And that one was done in real time. It's fucking wow. I'm saying it was long. It was great though, and to be able to put together a documentary where you don't have any fucking film or video. This was all still pictures and like paintings, but he did that thing that later would be called the Ken Burns effect, where he'd use a photograph but be able to move it in a certain way with the camera that it looked like action. You know, it's like, there's the fort. And then they pan over to the other side of the picture. There's the boat. And it's like, I see.
He made it like a 3D thing. Almost.
Yeah,
so
then they
added depth to it.
would like rotoscope out a character, and then in the post they'd pull that forward from the background, blur the background to give it like a depth of field.
Yeah,
and it really looks amazing. Yeah.
I like how he just adds to his documentaries as he gets older. like baseball, you can tell was all wrapped up.
You think?
Like he ended it with and steroids, right? Like he was all done.
Yeah.
And then he came back. Well, it doesn't seem to be as we haven't done this documentary for 6 years. Steroids have gone away. The Boston Red Sox did win.
Yeah, he's got to fucking update.
Like, he just adds on to it before he dies.
Yeah, he's pretty good though. If you want to watch a goddamn long documentary on anything,
you find yourself watching the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Jefferies, why are you in town, brother?
I'm doing the upfronts for FX. We're doing.
Is this the bowling thing?
We're bowling.
I remember you telling us about bowling a couple weeks ago.
We're coming out. I've never flown so far to fucking bowl in my life. And if anyone from FX is listening, couldn't be happier about it.
Can you bowl?
Really?
No, I can't. I'm not a great bowler. If I play a game, I'll get like 2 strikes.
Right.
You know, I'm not embarrassingly bad, but I use an ultra light ball and sort of have a weird Fred Flintstone walk up to the line. You know,
yeah, the tiptoe.
It's not like I'm thinking right now. When I get there, I'm going to bowl the shit out of this place. And everyone's going to fucking know my name. I got off at the airport because there's all the people. I imagine Louis will be there. Is one of the other people I'll know.
Will he be bringing his Peabody? He just won a Peabody.
Oh, I thought that was the guy he slept with in his log cabin.
Right.
Well, we just want to make sure we, congratulate Louis C.K. on his Peabody.
Yes.
I have missed you, Peabody. Yeah, it was Colonel Peabody.
Which one is the Peabody? What award is that?
It's some journalist award. It's a pretty prestigious award.
Yeah, of course. Of course,
it probably means more than an Emmy or an Oscar.
Yeah,
but we don't.
Yeah,
but it's prestigious.
You have
Simon.
Yeah,
and Peabody.
I think it's for
time traveler.
And I think Russell Brand will be there. I know Russell, but apart from that, I was on the fucking plane with the Charlie from Sons of Anarchy. That's who I was sitting next to.
Oh, cool.
And I got off the plane, and you've never been less of a celebrity when all the autograph hunters just fucking zoned in on him, and I just walked straight through.
Oh, man.
And the thing was, I don't want that attention or anything, but the executives from FX were walking through the airport with us as well.
Oh, no, you want them to see you.
You actually see the pay difference between the two of us, like where their money was going.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the guy from Sons of Anarchy, yeah, he gets to go through. He's very British, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, very British.
Well, the thing is, you think because he's meant to be a tough guy biker, but I always watch that show like, are you tough? Are you? You know what I mean? Like, it always seems like actors, because all actors are fags, right? And it just seems like actors going, don't fuck with me, and you know they're all like fucking snapping their fingers for a fucking latte as soon as they cut.
You're tough, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Have you got a painted on tattoo? You're a big boy now.
That's a very good question. So the bowling goes down today?
The bowling goes down today, and we're meant to bowl against the advertising people.
Boy,
yawn!
It must be a big day for them, though. They're like, well,
they're way more excited than you guys are.
Yeah, but imagine the cunt that has to bowl against my team of DJ Qualls and Dan Bacadell, like the ugliest people on television. my show is the ugliest people ever to be fucking put on a screen. If my TV show will never have a calendar, right? There's never going to be like...
No.
In February, we got a picture of Rodney in his underwear, just leisurely walking the beach.
Nice.
Right? So they got to bowl against us, and you know the disappointment. If we get some like mid-40-year-old women who are executives who want to bowl with, say, the guys from the Americans or the fucking Charlie from Sons of Anarchy, and they get me and DJ Qualls, who looks like an AIDS victim, right? and Dan Bacadell. We're going to have the depressed group.
That's a cool shot. Of course, we're talking about Legit on FX.
Yes.
With our friend Jim Jefferies.
Wow, yeah.
The bowling thing, Australia, you didn't have American bowling, right? You had that.
No, that's the one thing that the whole world agrees on.
No, New England, they'd go with those tiny little fucking softballs.
I thought the whole world
except for New England.
Like pin bowling. Even like there's people in burkas just fucking throwing a ball
bowling,
there, going, it's good.
Have you seen candlestick bowling?
No, but we have...
It's a nightmare.
We have... We
tried it once up there in Boston. It's not fun at all.
My father lawn bowls every day.
Lawn bowling?
What's lawn bowling?
Lawn bowling is...
Bocce ball?
No, it's a different thing. It's similar, but it involves the ball curves. It's on a flat bit of grass.
Yeah, like
and
that.
You roll it, and the ball curves, and there's a jack, and then you got to get the ball. It's the same as bocce in the rules, as in you have to get it closer, but you do it from about, 50, 60 meters away. And... Yeah. Old people it's something you just start doing when you're old. You're like, all right, I'm lawn bowling now.
Yeah.
You know, and my dad just does it just so he doesn't have to see my mum.
You know what sucked about candlepin bowling?
I hate it.
Like you take the ball and it's got no holes in the ball. You just
get a
palm
video
it.
For Jim Jefferies.
You palm it, and no matter how hard you threw it, it would hit the pins and go like, cling, cling, cling.
It would kind of bounce off them.
Like, there's nothing better than when you throw a fucking bowling ball and you get a good fucking, and it curves and hooks right in the pocket and just, and it makes a great sound.
Everything goes
The candlepin is just clank, clank.
I tell you what, that bumper bowling, though, is making kids into tards.
Oh, yeah, you need gutters. Come on.
All right, because my fucking, my nephew's like, he's like 14. Yeah, I took him bowling, and him and his friends had never been fucking without the bumpers up.
You don't know what a gutter ball
and
is?
I said, you got to put it down, man. You look ridiculous.
It's stupid.
And then the little fucker, his sister beat him because she had the bumpers up because she's an 11-year-old girl. Like, who gives a fuck? Let her have the bumpers up.
Yeah.
She beat him because, you know, she's playing a sport that doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah.
And then he had a fucking cry.
Oh,
I've never been
shit.
more disappointed because his sister beat him. And I was like, fucking man up.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, look, see that little candle.
You must have seen this before.
No, I never seen it.
Listen to the
It
sound.
looks like tablets.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah, listen to the sound. Yeah, they look like old Tylenols.
I don't know what the strategy
guy's
is.
like.
Look at the tiny ball.
Oh,
Look like Dennis Franz.
Yeah, he does kind of look like
Look
Dennis
at that. That's
Franz.
the ball.
He's one of those guys that when you meet him and someone goes, you know, he's 30.
He looks 54.
Like, how the fuck?
No, he's...
Like, he's from that generation where everyone looked old.
Yeah,
Isn't it almost impossible to get a strike in candlestick bowling?
I would with that fucking little ball.
Look at
and
that
Do they do it in the U.S.?
pins
Here we
are
go.
often. Yeah,
New England.
Oh, New England.
New England's
Yeah,
all
you
about
just
it.
got a
There's the
strike.
strike right there.
but man, that has
Is there places?
so
Or are
stupid.
people just doing it at home?
It's
No, New England is all about
New
it.
England. Yeah,
So you go to like actually like
there'll be a bowling alley with candlepin bowling in it. Yeah.
Lucky Strike candle pin bowling.
Lucky Strike.
They got the regular bowling up there as well, but they certainly have held on to the candlestick too.
Boy, if you're not a pro bowler or you don't bowl very often, it's really a hit or miss kind of game, isn't it? Like you could be like, hey, I bowled 210 that fucking
And
round,
then you bowl
and then the
80.
next round it's like 5 gutter balls in a row, and you'll convince yourself like, I think I got this now.
This is going to guarantee your alley's going to be perfectly fucking level.
Well, that's true.
That'll fuck up these guys.
I just try to bowl it as straight and down the middle of. There's no curve.
No curving, no fucking.
And you just, I can sort of see one, and then sometimes there's one that one's too straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's going to leave.
Leave a split.
Yeah, that one's too straight.
Yeah.
You want it just slightly off.
Right.
And then if I leave one
Slightly off.
if I leave one ball, if I leave one pin in the corner,
that's a
for
nightmare.
me, I could fucking miss it by miles.
Yeah.
That's luck of the draw.
Yeah.
All I've got is straight down the middle. Is my whole tactic.
So if you have one in the corner, if you have a 7 or a 10 pin still standing,
Yeah.
you have to bowl straight right next to the gutter.
Exactly.
And it has to go the whole way without going into
No,
the
you
gutter.
move all the way to the right and do the angle thing.
No, but he just needs to go
It's
straight.
not even the walk. It's not even the bowl. I've got to stand in the other person's alley.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And then bowl it down.
okay.
I can't like do that.
No
whole,
angles.
I can't visualize that. If I do it that way,
Right.
it'll go
I
no
gotcha.
fucking chance. Have you ever been like bowling with a girl and she beats you? It's demoralizing. Like I don't need to beat women in sport to feel good about myself.
Right.
But I do. Right?
Yeah.
And you bowl with a girl, it's like, all right, there you go. I had this one chick from Kansas who bowled like a 200. And it just was the biggest turn-off I'd ever seen.
You were done.
I want a girl that just fucking just gutter balls it and just goes, oh, well.
Whatever.
I don't want a bowling strikes.
I like a girl like you. You're right. One where the ball is heading toward the gutter. She's already turned around and has her drink back in her hand from the fucking table. That's a date.
fuck,
Yeah,
right.
she
Some
doesn't
dummy with long nails.
exactly.
Some dummy.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. Jim Jefferies in Series Bowling. Anything else you want to promote? Legit's doing very well on FX.
Legit's on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And I am going to be told in the next hour whether we get a second season.
Oh, fuck yeah. Come
Well, if
on.
they have you here, that's a good sign.
I think they're going to give me one, but I
think you got the second season.
I've had too many failures in my life to.
But then again, it would be
assume.
fun that you get the bad call while you're live on our show. That could be fun, too.
That would.
Let's be honest with each
That
other.
would be fun as well.
We're not hoping for that. I think you got the second season.
They wouldn't bring you here if you
Yeah.
were.
They would have saved the fucking, airfare.
I hope so. At the moment, I was.
Why can't they
I was-
just tell you? Because they know right now.
But they have announcements to make, and maybe we got it, but there's a stipulation or something. I don't know.
Man.
Maybe they'll ring up and go, "You have a second season, but less retards in this season."
Oh, no.
Which, will be tricky.
Yeah.
Because my brain always goes straight to.
Retard.
I was trying to write an episode the other day that was a funeral episode, and all I could think was, all right, so one of Billy's friends dies, right? And then all my brain was doing was, wouldn't it be great to have 6 Down syndrome people carry a coffin? Right?
They're the pallbearers.
Right? That's what I've written.
That's all you've written so far.
It's a good start, though.
I'm sitting there going, it all builds from there.
Yeah, that's our jumping off point.
And you hear a horrified scream, and then the next shot is them walking out, and then you see the lid dangling, and you realize they're carrying it upside down.
Episode written.
All right, there it is.
All right.
I'm taking that, Jim.
That's good. Jim Jefferies, everyone. He's going to continue with us. Stay there. I'm not acknowledging Lady Gaga Day that E-Rock decided to do. We like our themes, but I don't believe in it.
Oh, it's a lovely song.
Before we get back to Jim Jefferies, I got to read this thing really fast. Masked Sexual Flavors is the new way to foreplay, available in 4 tantalizing flavors. These oral gel strips will be the spark to light your bedroom flame. Visit sexualflavors.com to purchase or find a retailer near you. Jim Jefferies in studio. He's doing some bowling today. Of course, the star of Legit on FX.
Yes.
And I was asking you about, I think it was the last episode, the character Pinball.
Yeah.
And
he's based on a real person.
Based on a real person?
Yeah. That was based on a real incident where I raced a couple of mentally challenged people in a home once.
Oh, right, yeah. You've told that story on the show. Yeah. But what's weird about Legit, you don't know if they're actors or if they're real. I mean, Rodney...
Most of our disabled people are mentally or physically, yes. But occasionally, though, I don't even have the option. It's like I said... there was a scene where I was meant to be chatting in a bar with a couple of comics, and I thought, who are a couple of nice blokes who deserve a break, who are comics? So I picked a couple of guys I knew in LA, and one of them was Brad Williams, and Brad Williams is a dwarf. And then I was like, I didn't even need to choose a dwarf for that. It just so happens. I must have a hard-on for this.
Yeah, just for fucking freaks.
And then this episode tonight, we have Vern Troyer, who's Mini-Me, singing the national anthem at a baseball game. That's great. And originally, we had Charo in the script, and then Florence Henderson was meant to come down. We were trying to get like a kitschy celebrity to do it. And then none of them were available. And then it was like, oh, fuck it, let's get Vern Troyer, Mini-Me. And then it was like, another disabled person. How did this happen? We didn't even...
Is he cool?
He was, well, you know, he seemed cool, yeah.
And how tall is he really? Is he like this?
He's
2 feet?
He's shorter than my 4-month-old son.
Wow.
Yeah, he's under 2 feet. Yeah, he's a little.
How's he still alive?
Right? Those organs would have just shut down.
Not only are they tiny, they're all squished together.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him that. I thought that would be bad manners.
That would be bad manners. Good call.
Well, he's been around a while now.
How are you still alive? That's terrible.
How can you live being less than 2 feet tall? Does he walk into the room?
No, he comes in on a scooter.
Right, he's still doing that scooter?
Yeah, him and getting on and off the scooter is... And also, he had the iPad mini with him.
Oh,
and I thought that must have been a big day when they announced that for him. Like, the other iPad was like, this isn't convenient at all.
No.
A product of convenience.
It's like a large screen TV for him.
It's like... He's carrying around
his eyes still work the same. It's not like he's...
Is he still drinking? Wasn't he on Celebrity Rehab or Sober House or one of those shows? Oh, Surreal Life.
Surreal Life.
But he got fucked up on Surreal Life.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't fucked up at the time I knew him. He was just singing the national anthem.
Look how small he is. That's just amazing.
So I was telling you a story in the break, and I never really got through. Okay, so when this relates very vaguely to pinball. So I was shagging a chick in Vegas who many years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in America, shagging means fucking. Yes, having sex.
I didn't want to be
and
so.
Vegas
I know
means
preschool.
So I'll tell you, the name of the girl was Samantha Harris. She's a redheaded ex-Playboy model.
Let's have a look at her.
Yeah, you can have a look at her. She's very pretty when done up. Put redhead. Samantha Harris redhead.
How many years did he get her after she was in Playboy? That's kind of important.
This is no, she's still in her 20s.
It was still within the range.
There she is. There.
Oh,
Get
Jesus.
one.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah,
dude, come on.
Yeah, but in the morning she looks like a burn victim. Anyway,
come on, really?
No, she's all right. No, she's a very pretty girl.
Too freckly.
She's actually very nice. She had abs. Didn't work out. She had abs on her. It was unbelievable. But,
really?
So I was seeing her, and I would still say she's a very nice girl. So she was living in a house. She was working by the pool in Vegas, earning however much they earn in tips, where it's just pretty girls in bikinis serving drinks, right?
Yeah.
She was living in a house with another 6 girls who all did this job, right? And they're all fucking. You see there, she's a slightly retarded look to her. Anyway, so she was living in this house with 6 other girls who did this job, right?
Yeah.
Now you know how girls don't have interests or hobbies, right? besides themselves. Like men are like, I'm Jim, and I also like cars and pinball machines. And when I was a kid, I used to make models and watch soccer, and you know what I mean? Like men have shows they like and things they're into, and women just have like, I like my hair to look good. You know what I mean? like sometimes ugly women have interests, but good-looking ones,
not so much.
They don't have hobbies. I don't care. Like, your wife's a very good-looking woman, right? Does she have a hobby?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think so. You have to think about it. My mum's a fat and attractive woman. She collects teddy bears and dolls.
Oh, so
right?
she has hobbies.
Good-looking women don't have hobbies. They're too busy fucking maintaining the facade, right?
The facade.
But what they'll do is, if they like a guy, they will all of a sudden just pick up your hobbies. You know what I mean? Where they'll be like, okay, we're going to go see the Dodgers. I love them, right? So I like pinball machines, right? Always like pinball machines. Now I got a bit of money. I've bought myself some pinball machines, right? And when I was in Vegas, I was like, let's go to the Pinball Hall of Fame. So I take a Playboy bunny out to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Can you imagine the fucking nerds in this place? It's over the road from the Liberace.
Didn't even know they had a Hall of Fame.
The guy who owns it doesn't even want people to know. There's no fucking sign out the front. He just wants to sit there cleaning his machines and.
Oh, is he the hoarder guy that has a waredouse and he's just collected them?
That's in Jersey. That's by Atlantic City.
Oh, okay.
Stop showing pictures of her. I regret not fucking that anymore.
Does she have a nice pussy?
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you something about a pussy. There's a lot of photoshopping on that thing.
Why?
Oh, wow.
It doesn't look as nice in the flesh. It's the Playboy have done some.
Why is it really meaty?
Not in the pictures. Anyway,
interesting.
No, she's a very nice girl. I'm going to say that again one more time. Very nice girl. She's married now, so it doesn't matter. Anyway. So I went, let's go play some pinball. And all the girls that she lived with, I look like a troll to them, right?
Yeah.
Unless you know I'm a celebrity, I'm a fucking ugly looking guy, right? So I show up to the house, and she likes my stand-up, and I met her online or whatever, so she thinks I'm great. But the 5 friends she lives with, the other Playboy models, are like, who the fuck is she?
Oh, man.
Who the fuck is she brought over to the house? We're all dating Luigi and his Ferrari, and he's brought over this fucking troll, right?
Oh, man.
So they all hated me, right? And not hated me, just dismissed me.
Didn't understand.
Yeah, didn't dismiss me, right? So I take her along to play pinball, and I'm there going, wow, this is a really done-up version. I'm really interested in the machines, and she's acting interested, like, this is exciting.
Oh, no.
And then I play the new Indiana Jones machine that they make, which incidentally isn't that great a machine. The old Indiana Jones is fucking awesome. But the cool thing about this Indiana Jones is it has the Ark of the Covenant at the back, and it has an 8-ball multi-ball, which is like most times you get like
crazy.
4-ball multi-ball. And I played this thing for fucking an hour until that thing came through, right?
Yeah.
And then I come back.
Multi-ball.
I come back to the girl's house, and one of the girls is in the kitchen. She goes, so how was your day? I go, how was my day? I got an 8-ball, right? All dead proud of myself. And then her eyes sort of lit up, and then all of the fucking Playboy bunnies came out of the holes like rats.
Oh, my God. They thought you meant Coke.
Yeah, but I didn't. I hadn't clicked.
An 8-ball, I
hadn't clicked on this yet. So I'm standing around, and all the girls are really interested in my conversation. They're all sitting around, and I'm there going, yeah, well, you know, the first machine to have flippers was Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, you dick.
I'm talking about baseball, and I'm thinking, these girls are all right. They're not as vacuous and as boring as I thought.
Oh, man.
And then the ballsy one out of all the 6 girls stood up and went, are you going to share this or not? And I went, what? And they go, the 8-ball. I went, oh, no, I don't know.
Oh.
They couldn't have left the room quicker and more disappointed.
They didn't like you to start with, but now they really fucking hated you.
I've broken up their day of looking at themselves. They were tanning or something, and I interrupted that with my lies.
Wow, that's funny.
Holy shit.
There she is. She has a tremendous body. She just makes a living out of bikini competitions. See, that's another thing that fucking females make. Bikini. What the fuck are you? You make a living out of walking along a fucking thing in a bikini, and people vote whether you do that good.
And that's your living.
That's your living. It's
that's amazing.
It's that whole thing that men are just such dogs when it comes to sex, where we're just like, we'll just pay someone to walk around. You know what I mean? Or we'll go to it's like when a woman goes on a bachelorette party and they think they're fucking outrageous for having a straw with a little cock on the end of it. Like, look at this. This straw has a little cock on it. We're mental, right?
Yes.
And a man thinks he's outrageous because he fucked a prostitute. Which is a completely different emotion. But women are like little bobbly cocks hanging up their heads.
Look at us. What goes on here stays here, ladies. Come on. Don't talk about the fucking springy dick hats we were wearing.
But it's also that men are so fucking gross. Like, if you'll say to a friend, you'll come out of a lap dance and he'll go, "How was it?" You'll go, "How was it?" "It was awesome. She parted her ass cheeks and shoved it on my face." Right? Like, that's how good it was. Right? Where no woman's ever fucking had a private dance with a man, which, like, he just pulled his testicles really hard and pulled his ass apart and shoved his ass over my nose. It was one of the best experiences of my life. Where men will be like, she shoved her fist in her ass. Where a woman would be like, he shoved his fist in his ass.
Yeah, she'd be horrified. I feel
violated.
Counseling. Yeah.
Like, think of every nasty stripper move when the girl, like, just fucking gets on the floor and just... She licked my shoe and then just fucking pulled my cock. Like if a girl came back, he licked my shoe and then started fingering me. It was so gross. Right? But if you get a hand job in a strip club, you're like, that was a good stripper. You start fingering a girl randomly.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Oh, very. Yeah, I would gather. It would be extremely awkward. I remember going to bachelor parties, though. You talk about that, the bachelorette parties, and they think it's all just crazy for the girls to go out and do that. I was at a bachelor party once. Two girls show up, and they're on the couch, and they're making out and fingering each other. They're totally naked. And they had sex toys, like, just thrown all around this place. And guys went to the biggest fucking dildo they found. It was laying around. They were the little pocket rockets. And then there was like something called the anal intruder. And they picked that up and just started fucking shoving it into one of the girls. Just walked over as they're making out and just shoved it in her.
Well, the girls brought that knowing, though. They can handle it, though.
Yeah. No, there was nary a complaint, believe me.
There's a comedian from Canada called Mike Wilmot, who...
I know Mike.
Very funny.
He's very funny guy.
Yeah. And we were at a bachelor party, and... He's he wears glasses, right? And everyone's getting lap dances or whatever. And there was one girl walking around stripping, and she comes up to Mike and she pulls his glasses off and she puts one handle up her ass and one handle in her cunt, and then she pouts it so the glasses start probing out. Like that.
Shit!
Then she pulls both of them out. She licks the handles and then she puts them crookedly back at his face, and he goes, "I'm sure that was very good, but I didn't see a thing."
Yeah, but girls are very presumptuous, those strippers, as to what they think you're going to like or what, because, I mean, that's fucking disgusting. Yeah. The glasses were up her ass, and...
You wouldn't want to put your glasses on after in her cunt?
I don't think so.
Give me your glass eye. Thank God Sammy wasn't there. Popped his glass eye out and put it in her asshole and shoved it back in his head backwards.
Around. Yeah. She could fucking manipulate it where it looks like it's looking, following you around the room.
There's certain things, like if you go to Thailand, there's things that strippers do, which, when did it go from sexy to just, well, that's a talent?
Right, a trick or something.
Like, no one's ever seen a woman shoot a dart out of a cunt and pop a balloon and gone.
That is amazing.
Fucking hell. That's all I want to masturbate.
We've seen eggs. Yeah. We've seen a girl throw eggs from her vagina.
I know, it's interesting, but you don't get a stiffy.
It's not sexy.
No, it's not
sexy.
Fucking
it's amazing.
It is amazing.
We had one of these, stripper bachelor girls come by, and she would throw eggs from her vagina. She had a little hip motion, but still.
It was pretty amazing.
We would swing at him with a wiffle ball bat.
But that's like as sexy as watching fucking, a magician. There's nothing hot about it. No,
but it's still cool as hell.
But it's also if you've ever fisted a girl, when you fist a girl, there's a bit like, well, I've done that now. But then there's another bit where, is she proud of herself or really disappointed in the slackness of her vagina? Is she like,
am I the only one in the room that has never fisted a girl?
Probably.
Yeah. You fisted?
Of course.
I have, yeah.
You know what I worry about when I fist a girl?
Said no.
My fingernails. I worry that my nails are going to cut the inside of it. That's the weird thing I worry about,
It's always like a few fingers, and then your brain... It's never like you go into, like, you walk into a place like, today, fisting. It's always a spur of the moment, like, fucking hell, I can fit another
I could get 3. And then there's like, 4.
Is it creepy?
Of course it's creepy.
Is it creepy to do?
No, because what they like about it, or some of them like about it, is when your 4 fingers are in and your thumb goes in, it's almost like picture you're picking up a penny. All your fingers are together. And then when you start to talk about curling it into a fist, they get crazy. Like you tell them I'm starting to make, they're like, oh my God, I'm getting fisted. Like there's something so taboo about it.
Oh, I've never fist. Like,
well, that's
I've always just kept the hand like
but then
like
you curl it into a fist,
And then you like that monkey that went to grab the nut and made a fist and he couldn't pull his hand out of the hole anymore. You're too dumb to stop making a fist.
I always keep my hand like I'm trying to get something down the side of my car seat.
Yes.
You know, it's like this is the weird thing now with I have a car where you just press the button to start the engine.
Ooh, fancy.
I want to go back to keys.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. But now I lose my fucking keys in my car.
Oh, because
Before I used to know where they were.
You had to know where they were every day because you're fucking driving,
Yeah, but now it's like, I got to get out of the car. Where the fuck did I put the keys?
Oh, boy. Yeah. Hey, good point. Fucking technology. If you weren't making that legit money, you wouldn't have a fucking car with a push button.
And also, I've done things like I went to my girlfriend once. I said, okay, drop me off here or something. I go to the doctor's or whatever. And then she had the car, and then I've walked off with the keys, walked into the doctor's office. She's driven 200 meters and just conked out.
Oh, is that what happens? Because it gets away from the key.
The distance from the key.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I didn't know that would happen.
Yeah.
Can't you not lock the key if it's inside too? You can't, because I have one of those as well. And I'm always afraid I'm going to lock the door and then close it. But can't you not lock it if it's inside, or is it harder to?
I don't think you can. I don't know. I haven't tested that. But I think it's very hard to lock it inside of it because you'd have to press the key to lock it.
Yeah, you got to press the key to lock it.
And you can push that key usually charges when there's an ignition there. Yeah. So you could take that fucking key. It's shaped like a thumb. And it's like a long rear one. You could take that and push it into the ignition right there. You don't turn it, but you leave it there, and that's how you charge that thing.
Where is that?
It should be right by on a BMW, it's right by the button. Oh. Right by the button you push to the left, there should be a thing to put your key in.
The future.
And then when you want to pull it out, you push the key in.
I got to find that hole and push it in.
I like a key.
I like
a good fucking metal key.
Nah, you break it off.
Also, I got a new key, and the key was like $140 and $60 to program.
Program your fucking key.
Fucking $200 for a fucking key, man.
Yeah.
I should be able to meet some fucking Italian bloke who also will fix a shoe. I always found that weird that was the job. I make keys and fix shoes.
Yeah.
And you're like, who put these things together? That's as weird as I'm a lawyer and I do gardens.
Yeah. I like the idea of a regular key, and if I lock it in the Escalade, I call OnStar, and they go, okay, we'll pop the lock, and then you just stand there, and they fucking send a signal out, and it goes, unlocks your doors. It's fucking crazy.
I hate OnStar's directions. Kenny has that in the truck. The directions, you got to call them.
With a navigation system, why the fuck do you use their directions?
He doesn't have a navigation system.
What? Why wouldn't Kenny have a nav system?
Because he doesn't drive a lot.
Yeah, you gotta have a nav system now.
Oh, he doesn't drive to a lot of
It's like having
places.
a fucking
Do you remember,
radio.
like, before you used to go out places, you used to look at a book, and you'd get the number and that thing.
G6, let me see. I can't find that street. It's not here. It's not fucking here. I swear. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. And then it wasn't just like, I have to drive down here. You have to go, all right, I got to go up to page 4. It was like Choose Your Own Adventure. Yeah. Right? You have to go back to 46. Yes. And you go, all right, then that map. And I think it's made me stupider.
Absolutely.
I used to be like fucking mapping shit out. And now it's like, I don't give a fuck.
You did have to map it out, and you chose which routes to take for distance and speed and shit like that. And now, with a nav system, you don't even know where you are at any given moment.
No.
It's like you're just waiting, fucking 40 miles, and I could take an exit. So you know you're good for 40 miles. It used to be you had to look at every sign to see if your fucking street was coming up.
Exactly, and who needs that? If there's a down tree somewhere and you got to turn around and go fuck your mother, you're lost. With a nav system, it just reroutes you. It's fucking great.
I understand, but you know, just not knowing where you are, because the nav knows, I don't have to know even what fucking city I'm in.
I used to sell car stereos and mobile phones, and we're talking 12... Actually, no, hold on, I was about 21. So 15 years ago, I used to sell these things. And we had the first ones in the shop.
Really?
Right? And we had a display thing, and it was about 4,000 Australian dollars to get one of these things. Jesus. Right? And now you get one for $100.
Bucks Super Stereo World?
Yep.
and it was, I used to demo it to people, and I never sold one because no one believed it worked.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe it worked because I'd never seen one actually work.
Right.
All I had was this display model and me going, it'll tell you how to get places. And then like people would go,
bullshit.
How does it know where you are? And I'd be like, I have no idea.
Good selling point there.
But my biggest, like, when you sell things, you put little jokes in. So I go, it has a male voice and a female voice that you can choose between. It was a big clunky thing you put in the trunk of your car. I go,
you put it in the trunk?
Yeah, and then like it fed a wire up to the front of your car because there was a big transmitting box there. And I said it has a male voice and a female voice. The difference is the female voice gives you the wrong directions.
That's a joke. And that'll be $4,000.
And then it never...
Yeah.
What was it called?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably a very literal name. The Finding Device.
It was. I was working for a company called Strathfield Car Radios in Australia, and our slogan was "Drive in and jive away." Right.
Wow, that's bad.
That's fucking terrible.
That is really fucking bad.
They've gone bust.
Drive in and
it was like drive in and jive away. At Strathfield Car Radios today. Drive in and jive away. That was the big fucking thing.
The big jingle.
And it was me working with like Italian and Greek guys who really gave a shit about these fucking things. and I had like a comedy career that I wanted to get into. And it was just, I was just drunk the whole time. You know, like that age, I was like 23 and just getting leathered and waking up and and just, I remember once selling a car stereo to a bloke where it was like I'd walk into people's cars. This guy had a white van, and I'd be like this. You can get some 6x9s there. You can put a subwoofer there. I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Just babbling shit from fucking...
shit. And we'll run the wires here, and I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And so then I pushed the job through, and I went to the guys who installed, and I got the apprentice guy who'd been there for like 2 weeks, right?
Oh, man.
And I said, just put the fucking speakers there, put them there, run the wires here, fucking Bob's your uncle, this will be fine, right? So this young lad just fucking starts cutting into the vehicle.
Oh, shit.
And I told him where to put the speakers. He gets the saw out and goes, the fucking support beam on this truck, right?
No.
He cuts through it and the roof just starts caving in.
No.
Right? So with one foul cut, we've totaled this cunt's vehicle.
Yes.
Like totaled it. Right?
Like,
And the guy comes back and this is my opening sentence. I go, good news? Stereo sounds great.
Oh, no.
Bad news, you're gonna have to see your car. It was fucking, the roof was caved in.
Fuck.
And
Jesus.
You just have to apologise profusely.
What a dummy.
Did they just replace his truck?
I think we had insurance. The company had insurance for things such as that. We had another one where there was new BMWs, and you test all the wires, and no one had this. There was if you tapped one wire, the airbag went out.
Oh shit!
And no one knew this about the new BMWs, right? So this guy's gone and he's sitting in the driver's seat, and he's pulled the stereo out to put a new stereo in, and he's tapping all the wires, and then poof, right? Knocked out cold. The fucking, because he's on that angle where his head's down in this thing. And so we just see this cunt passed out, that white powder everywhere from the fucking airbag. The car was about 5 hours old. The guy bought it and took it to get a new stereo.
Man.
And they're expensive to replace.
No shit. Oh, man.
But I was also working in the days of fucking where we were talking about phones like this has a 9-hour battery. So you only have to buy like 4 batteries. And
the good old days, yeah.
And where you started to tell people the weight. This is how much this phone weighs.
Yeah.
Like, because people were actually going, that is... And we went all the way down to little tiny phones, and now we're going fucking...
Now we're going the other way.
The other way.
Yeah.
We can't figure it out.
People want big fucking screens.
Yeah.
It was weird. At first, you would get a phone, and you were just amazed that you had a phone you could take with you. So it didn't matter how much it weighed, the features that were on it, as long as you could make a phone call. Yeah, make a phone call.
Sony had one that didn't have a screen. I don't know how the fuck that worked. Like, you just had to memorize numbers. Right?
Yeah.
It was like a regular phone.
I don't remember that one.
But it had a remote control.
What?
I'm like, what fucking
Why would you need
is... How's that?
Why did you need a remote control for a phone?
Right. But I remember when it came into the shop, like, this is the future. And it had a mouthpiece. Instead of an antenna, you'd hit it, and a mouthpiece would flip down, like,
they didn't have a good microphone, so they couldn't. You couldn't talk into like an iPhone where it's all the earpiece and the microphone. The mic had to flip out in front of your mouth in order for people to hear you.
We used to have you used to program numbers, and you'd have to so there wasn't a SIM card that went in the phone or anything. There'd be like the way to fucking get a number in a phone was to go, hash, 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 443, and every phone had a different combination. It was like a computer fucking idea.
Holy
and then you'd
shit.
put the number in. And I had this good-looking girl came in, and I was trying to talk to her. I was doing hash, 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 hash. And then I thought, what I'll do is, right, I'll program her number in 1 digit wrong, so she has to come back, right? Instead of asking her out right then and there,
Jesus.
I'll make her come back, right? And so she comes back, and then I go, and then she's laughing. I said, I'm so sorry about that. And then I went, look, I actually programmed your number in one wrong.
You did not.
Because I was hoping you'd come back. And she went, you just wasted my fucking time. And called my manager over, and I got in trouble.
That works with like a Brad Pitt could do that.
Yeah.
You know?
A rom-com. You can't do that in real life.
Yeah. A rom-com.
All right.
I thought I was brilliant.
We got to get the Sunday Gravy people in here if you want some good food real fast. Jim Jefferies is here. He's just in town to hang, really. You're doing Unmasked with Ron today, right?
I'm doing Unmasked, yes.
I don't know when that's going to air. I guess they'll explain that.
Yeah.
But you're taping it today.
I am at 3 o'clock, and then you can see me and all the stars from FX at Lucky Strike this evening.
There's my name up at the top of the fucking
Wow.
that tweet. They're showing it on CNN all fucking day. I'm part of the racist tweet that Robert Zimmerman, the alleged racist tweet.
The alleged. No, it's a racist tweet.
Well, you know, it all depends on how you look at it.
No, I understand the point Zimmerman was making. Not at all. That's not
Yeah. He was making a point about the media and how they present people, victims, and perpetrators and things like that.
I got to plug something before we do
plug
this real
away.
quick. I'll be at Caroline's April 11th through 14th.
I gotta make weebies.
And April 19-20, I am in Magooby's Joke House, and then Stress Factory, Memorial Day weekend.
Well, why don't we do this? We'll go do wee-wees.
Yeah.
Roland's going to hand out some Sunday Gravy food. You get Jim. It's never too early to eat their sauce. This shit is the best. I'm telling you right now.
I'm a little hungover.
This might be perfect for you then.
What type of food is it?
It's sauce, Italian sauce, Sunday Gravy. They do it up right.
Have you seen this thing? Hold on, let me see if it works with this. All right, I'll tell you.
All right, what do we got? We got like pasta and stuff? Oh, beautiful. I need to eat before I go to Boston.
All right.
All right, we'll be back with Jim Jefferies, the star of Legit on FX.
I think it can do it.
Yeah. All right, we're back.
I didn't know. Women are like, this can do nothing. Oh, brilliant.
What happened, Hope? What'd you drop?
Everything.
You dropped something.
Everything. Want to thank the people from Sunday Gravy. I'm telling you, my favorite fucking sauce in New York City, easily. If not everywhere. You tried yet there, Jim Jefferies?
I have.
Holy fuck.
Here's my favorite sauce in New York City.
Yeah.
But there's a fucking place in Cleveland.
I know. It really is the best sauce I've ever had in my life. And it'll be good for your hangover.
I'm taking some home with me.
Yeah.
Because I fucking packed out. I ate 2 things this morning.
Just now?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Sauce?
No. I had a sandwich and I had some soupy. So I'm so fucking full. I'm like,
Roland, this is a nice surprise. I didn't know the Sunday Gravy people were coming in today.
Is there any juice in the house?
Jews. Yeah, they run this place.
They certainly do.
It's amazing.
Just go upstairs.
Like
Enjoy yourself.
Pineapple, orange, or something?
Yes.
Can I have like one with ice? Is that like? Am I being really demanding? I feel
you're fucking TV star for
You're
the
a big
love of
TV star
Christ.
now, man. Start acting like one.
Come on. Yeah, act like one.
Start acting like one.
Stop being a fucking asshole.
Right, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, I got Nick Daly who plays Rodney on the show, right? And he's like, it's weird when a mentally challenged person becomes famous.
I would gather. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing.
Has it changed him?
Well, I said to him, I said, have you been noticed in the street yet? He goes, no. But in all fairness, I haven't been in the street.
Some logic there.
Yes.
A bit of logic there.
I went, in parks, anywhere, you've been noticed? Oh, I have been noticed, not in the street. like his brain's like, not crossing the road. No one has stopped me crossing the road yet.
Yeah, he's thinking very literal.
Yeah.
Wait till your kid becomes a literal kid.
What, you saying my kid's going to be retarded?
No. Like we're teaching my kid how to hit a baseball, and we said you got to keep the eye on the ball. So he puts his actual eyeball on the on the fucking ball before he hits it. And
then he tells
and then he tells everyone this is how you do it, and he puts his actual eyeball on the fucking tee.
That maybe your kid's simple.
I'm hoping not. God, I'm hoping not.
Simple.
Then the other day, I'm like, yeah, brushing your teeth is a real pain in the neck, and he's like, my neck doesn't hurt.
Have you ever?
Literal kid.
Literal
Have you
kid.
ever, like my kid, like I don't know what goes through his head, right? But we assume that he's a good person because he sleeps 8 hours. That's our whole benchmark.
That's all you've got to work with.
His head might just be saying the N-word over and over and over again.
I
have
he's
no
a great
idea.
person.
but we don't judge him on that. We judge him on like, how's your baby? Oh, he's great. He's really good, baby.
He sleeps
8 hours. And like, is that the benchmark on someone?
I guess so, until they start, becoming a real person.
No, you make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You feel like you got a good kid if they're doing just the most basic shit like that. Tony's outside. I think he wants to say hi because he's popping his head through the
my girlfriend
Our old
will
engineer,
will
he's-
give a round of applause to a baby rolling over, right? I bought her a fucking car, nothing.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Just had a nice chat with our old governor in New Jersey.
Did you?
In the bathroom?
No, outside.
Oh, Jesus.
What a lovely man.
Yeah?
Was he nice? Why doesn't he come in here?
He's doing POTUS interview.
Oh.
And
What is it? Peanut? What?
He says where I was from in New Jersey.
POTUS.
We took a picture and he was just chatty about different places in Jersey. Very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, really nice man.
Did you chats about old truck stops and rest?
Well, we mentioned a few areas. What happened to we both knew what the other one meant. I was like, what happened to that one on 78?
Oh, yeah. That one.
Ixnay on that one.
Roland, do we have to get a plug in for the Sunday Gravy guys? Are they good?
Oh, you fucking
Roland. What do we got?
Sunday Groovy.
Huh?
Sunday Groovy.
What these guys get a plug in?
What is that? I was out of the room. What is exactly in there? It's Sunday Gravy. What is that?
All
soup?
the meat you could think of.
It's a lot of different meat.
I'll have one bite of it. You can hand me one.
It's delicious. Really is ridiculous.
How come you can't eat it on Thursday? Cocksuckers.
Yo, let these guys get their plug in real fast because I want them to come back. What do you got?
Slow braised.
Get on the mic.
Am I not on?
It's like you've never done radio before.
Yeah. Well, get on the bill.
I don't think that's turned on that mic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So Sunday gravy. It's a slow braised of pork and beef, slow braised on the bone, 6 to 8 hours, in tomato, basil, garlic, onions. We had sausage and meatballs. And,
Maron.
yeah. So.
Like my mother used to make.
And we're
God bless her.
How good is that, Jimmy? I see you enjoying that. Is that the best shit ever?
I can't eat this today. Tomorrow night I'm gonna eat bad. But I can't eat
Oh,
today.
don't eat it
What are
today.
you dieting for? You got something big coming up?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's finally here
He's recording another special?
in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, good
But you
luck.
just get tired of the fucking self-hatred and the fucking mushy tits in the body, so that's fucking delicious. Wow.
I tell you what, there was a bit when we were filming the TV show where I lost weight before the first episode, and you can progressively see me get fatter through the season. like not just like a little bit, like it's noticeable. By episode 13, I'm fat, right? and I kept on thinking, like, this is the time in my life where I really should, because maybe someone will see me and think he's a funny guy, let's put him in a movie. Right? But nah, old fucking fatty. Right? And I'm not funny fat either, where you're like,
Farley was funny fat.
Yeah, I should commit to getting really fat or really thin because this in-between thing's not fucking
Doesn't
funny.
work. You're not
right?
John Candy. You're not fucking Chris Farley.
Right.
Anyway, but it was the catering on the set. I was on like
really?
a 3 donut a day. Oof. And then like the guy would bring around a tray of cookies, and then like you get to that stage where you're like, whoa, one cookie won't hurt me. And then by episode 13, it was like, I'm already fat.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
All in.
Caution to the wind, motherfucker. Yeah.
Fuck it,
That
I'm
all in
fat.
shit.
Yeah, I'm fat now. Let's fucking ride this fat train.
You got to fight so you don't go all in. All right, Sunday Gravy people, thank you.
Thank you.
That was delicious.
I
I don't know
I'm taking
where
this home.
are you located and all that
right here.
shit.
We're located in. We moved to northern Jersey, about 45
Maybe.
minutes outside the city, but we're doing.
So you got
all-
an amazing sauce that no one could really get. That's a great business.
Is this
plan.
just sauce
It's
for like
available online at Sunday Gravy NYC.
Mister?
Sunday Gravy NYC?
Does this go on
online.
like fucking spaghetti and stuff?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, throw that over a pasta. Can you imagine? Oh
I just
my
ate.
God.
I never actually
Hang on,
ate
hang on.
fucking sauce before. It's so good.
What?
I can imagine, yes.
Right, you asshole.
You asked me if I could, and I was thinking about it.
Imagine, if you will, in the world of imagination,
Excellent.
pasta with sauce on it.
I want to eat that
You're
whole
right.
thing.
You're fucking right.
You want to eat the whole thing, right?
Thank you, Sunday Gravy.
Spoon it into your mouth.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
I had 3 little nibbles, and then you have to tell yourself no.
I'm going to take
It's
a
like
little
when people
bit.
say, I can't even imagine. And whenever someone says that, they really can't imagine.
You can imagine
and
it.
that's why they're saying it.
Yeah. I can't imagine that someone would do that. No, You can.
You can.
People are
But
assholes.
when they ask it rhetorically, can you imagine? Yes.
Just tell them yes.
That girl fell asleep and he fucked her in the ass. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet I can.
Very vividly.
Sure can.
We should start wrapping up. We got trains to catch.
Yep.
And it's not going. I thought maybe last minute you'd go, fuck it.
I'm gonna relax.
No, I got a poker game.
Nice.
That'll
be good.
And then it's Easter Sunday, right?
I went off poker when they got rid of the online stuff.
Yeah. I've had to find some games. But I play at my house. I have some friends come over and play some poker at my house. It's kind of fun.
They took everything out of my account for cheating.
What?
Me and my brother were cheating, so that was fair
How'd
enough.
they find out?
We would get on. My brother wasn't really into it, so we were playing $5 games. But we would go on games when he'd be in Australia and I'd be here, and we'd Skype each other. And we'd muscle up against people.
You tell each other what you have.
Yeah, I got this. And we were going under our grandmother's names. I was Betty Bell and he was Mavis Duff, right?
Grandma's names.
Yeah, like our two grandmothers' names.
Yeah,
and those two ladies never liked each other. We thought it was funny that they always met up for a poker
They're in the same room. It's amazing. Look at them.
How'd you get caught?
Because I think
collusion,
Yeah, the collusion. They could start looking at. There was times when I was folding like pocket jacks if he had pocket kings. Like they're going, who fucking folds these off the flop? Right? Like they could see little bits of cheating going.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing was, this is the weird thing. So I was playing $5 games with my brother. By myself, I was playing like $100 games. Or 50,
oh yeah,
$50.
I would do that too. Yeah.
And I amounted like $700 in my account. And they fucking took all my money because my $5 cheating. I wasn't
Jesus, take my $5
I didn't cheat on my $100 cheating.
Right.
I wasn't cheating on the $100
I wasn't cheating on the 100. I was just dicking around with my brother.
Yeah.
Who incidentally is a cop, right?
I was part of one of these online things, and you take the credit card, put money in, and this fucking I lost it all, whatever. But then they emailed me and said, Mr. Cumia, your bank did not give us the money. Like, apparently the bank said, no, we're not going to. They gave me credit for it, and I played with a lot of their money over the course of quite a while.
Yeah.
But the bank at some point just said, no, we're not giving you the money. And they were like, so could you please get in touch with us where we can arrange to have you give us this money? I'm like, fuck you. What do you think? I lost it.
That's not my problem.
I don't give a shit. Your fucking mistake.
Who is that woman who's the mayor of somewhere that lost?
Mike Bloomberg.
No, she lost $1 billion in the Jack in the Box fortune.
Oh no!
Online gambling. She was the mayor of, I think, maybe San Diego or something.
Really?
Wow. She lost $1 billion online gambling, right? But then after she lost the billion, right, she lost $3 million that was from her late husband's charity that she dipped into that, and that's why she could out of prison. And now the court case is saying, she's got a tumor in the brain that's making her judgment a little bit fucking.
How do you lose $1 billion? Online
she
gambling.
lost the entire Jack in the Box
How do you
fortune.
fucking lose?
If you have $1 billion, why would you do anything with that?
But
$1 billion.
Or the attorney for them?
No, she inherited all her late husband was the guy from the family
what a
line.
worthless cunt.
What's the table max at some of those rooms? $1 million? I want to play the $1 million game.
Here it is. Former mayor of
San Diego.
What a worthless cunt.
$1 billion gambling addiction. That's 1,000 stacks of $1 million.
Yeah, or 1 million stacks of 1,000.
Wow.
A decade-long binge where she lost $1 billion.
That's $100 million a year.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What a fucking worthless cunt.
What a mush, too. She can't win a fucking... Jesus.
Yeah.
You think you could really muscle the table with a big stack. Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, and she was mayor of a fucking... So she
mayor!
Obviously, people didn't think she was a fucking dummy.
Yeah.
And then...
Stockton, California, though. That's where it was.
The Jack in the Box fucking... Like the rest of the restaurant, the fast food place, Jack in the Box?
Yeah.
Jack in the Box, yeah.
I thought she sold those things that went... Bing, 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 bing,
yes.
bing, bing, bing.
She handmade them and sold $1 billion of them for $1 each and then lost her fortune.
I always find that Jack in the Box, like, adverts, the guy with the round head, creepy.
Yeah, the fucking the Jack in the Box.
Yeah, the Jack in the Box guy is creepy, and the fucking the what's creepier is the Burger King.
Oh, the King. Yeah, that was always very scary. Somebody wakes up and he's just hovering over your bed.
Yeah,
like that. I'd fucking lay some rounds into him You fucking have some lead.
Hey, where in Australia was that shop? I don't know why I'm obsessed with knowing that you worked at that radio shop.
Strathfield Car Radios. That was the thing is, that was the name of a suburb in Sydney, Strathfield Car Radios, but then it became a chain, and they still just called it by the suburb.
That, regardless of where it was.
So Strathfield. So that was a suburb of Sydney you lived?
Yeah. Strathfield was a suburb. I worked in the Artarmon Strathfield Car Radios.
Where's that?
The northern beaches of Sydney.
What street was it on? I'm really curious.
Why?
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
You think I made this up?
No.
But you don't know anything about Australia.
Here's what it is. When guys talk about stuff like that, like it's a world, like it's a separate life.
Right.
And I'm like, where is this fucking place? Like, I can't comprehend being there.
Right.
No, I believe you.
There it is. No, it was on the Pacific Highway.
Can we Google map the actual location so you can get a picture of it?
Stratford Car Radios Artarmon was the one. I also worked at the Brookvale store.
And where's that? Brookvale.
Brookvale is near Manly. And then, you know, Manly Beach or whatever. Manly Beach is a beautiful beach in Sydney, but it's named Manly because Captain Cook, who discovered Australia, went, "Don't those black men look manly?"
Wow, what a fruit.
They're all
But Anthony didn't discover it.
No, that beach would be called today.
Yeah. Let's go to N-word.
Yeah,
beach.
exactly. With fucking before it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, wow, there it is.
I gotta go home.
There it is.
All right, see you in a bit.
I'll see you on the train.
All right, enjoy. Have fun in Boston. Enjoy. Have a good Easter. Happy Easter to all the fucking Christians, the real religion out there.
That's not the one I worked at, but that's one's in Parramatta. So that'll. This is a boring conversation.
No, Fuck it, I love
curious.
it. I love it.
Well, Caroline's April 11 through 14. Fucking Magooey's in stupid Baltimore, 19 and 20 of April. I'm doing the Austin Comedy Festival, the Moon Tower Comedy Festival, April 27th. It's a Saturday. Plenty of tickets available.
Tickets.
And then, fucking whatever. Stress Factory Memorial Day weekend.
What did you do before your comic, Jim?
Worked in warehouses.
Right.
Forklift operator.
Where?
No, I don't mean like that. But
No, where with all?
It's always every good comic I've ever met who knew they were going to make it as a comic.
Yeah.
Was just the worst employee at another job right before it.
Yeah.
I was the worst.
Terrible.
I got fired. The only time in my life I was ever fired was from Laocoast Lamps, and it's because I was going out and doing gigs for $25, and I would just be too tired to go to work the next day. So they fired me.
I would talk about it all the time. I was terrible because I wanted to do radio. I honestly wanted to do radio and or have my band kind of do something. I did not want to work for a living, so I did just enough work to not be fired, and even that I pushed it on a daily basis.
I was the worst employee ever. I would find areas where speakers were stacked up where I could hide.
Yeah. Go to sleep
in the shop, like hide. I remember. I remember one time being drunk and showing up and doing that. I've just been drunk fart that just fucking
permeated the whole place.
So I've walked up one end of the store, like, all right, I'm going to go do a fart down this end of the store away from everyone. And then this woman comes in, she's after something, and then the manager walks over and like, Jim will help you out with that. And I've gone,
oh no.
Don't walk over here.
Oh no.
She's walked over like, I just need the speakers for my, oh my. And like, that's oh my God.
How embarrassing.
And I'm just standing there in my fart. Just
finding places to sleep was a talent. On job sites and stuff. Construction sites was pretty good. If there was a big stack of fucking sheetrock or something next to a wall, you could crawl in between there, pile something up to lay down and make a pillow out of and just pass the fuck out. Yeah.
I would get a friend to ring up the store and go, I need this type of speaker that I knew was out of stock in our store. And that he'd be coming over to get it, and then I'd drive to the other store to pick it up, just so I could
get out of there,
just so I could have an hour to myself.
Driving around, right?
And then I'd just dick around the city, and then I'd get my friend to ring back up and go, actually, I'm not going to buy that. And then the boss would ring me, you can come back to the store, you don't have to get it. I'm not going to buy, just so I could have 30, 40 minutes to myself. Like it was that elaborate, just so I could do nothing.
Yeah, clever ways to avoid working. Yeah, fuck, I hated it, and I knew, like, I needed to know that I was going to do something else, because the thought of doing sheet metal work for the rest of my life was not even an option.
Do you ever remember when you told people you're going to be in radio or a comedian or what have you? I remember working in a bar in London and going, I'm going to be a comedian soon. And they'd never seen me perform. And everyone's like, sure.
Yeah.
That sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I remember telling my parents I was going to be a comedian. My parents, to this day, have never laughed at a single fucking thing I have said. and when they think I'm a very unfunny human being,
right.
and to go to them, I'm going to be a comedian, and just that look of,
really?
All right.
People think you can make people laugh?
My dad would come and watch me perform in front of a couple of thousand people. He'd be in a theatre and see, and then afterwards just be bemused that those people were laughing. Like he'd just be like, really?
What do they laugh at?
He'll say things like, they seem to enjoy it. Will be what he'll say. Oh, my parents like Dame Edna Everage is like the pinnacle for them. You know her?
No.
It's Barry Humphries. It's a fucking. He's a drag queen comedian.
No.
I just got a text.
Wow.
Legit has been announced for a second season.
There it is. Big announcement. Big announcement right there.
That's breaking news.
Breaking news. Very good. Congrats.
They say that right at 10.
Jim Jefferies. Right at 10 on the nose.
Yeah, 10 on the nose.
That's great.
Wow.
Wow, that's very cool. Very good.
Now I got to write the fucking thing.
Shit. Well, you already got the fucking retards.
Retards carrying a coffin.
Yeah.
And that I reckon I could space that out into a two-parter.
Oh, now it'll write itself.
All the funny things they do they go tobogganing with it.
Basically, season 2 is going to be Weekend at Bernie's with Down syndrome people.
Right. Wow, that would be funny.
Actually, that is.
Gotta tell you, that's not a bad idea. I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving. The after show is coming at what? This?
Oh yeah.
You want to read it?
Go ahead.
I got one. You got to read it.
What's it for?
Oh, you want to read it, Jim?
Sure.
All right, we're out, are we?
Well, not quite yet.